Moving on now to some other news. Less than a week after moving 10,000 troops of the paramilitary forces to Kashmir, the centre is now rushing about 25,000 more paramilitary personnel to the valley. Now, this is all for a massive security drive that presently is underway. To counter terrorism and bolster the security preparedness, the centre has put the Army, the Air Force on very high alert. They have also been asked to prepare for more infiltration attempts. Air Force has deployed the C-17 Hercules choppers to aid in the movement of troops. Opposition parties are extremely dissatisfied with the increase in troops, with the Trinamool Congress moving an adjournment notice in Lok Sabha. Kashmiri parties are also seeing red. They see it as a plot to scrap the special status granted to the state.
पीडीपी बीजेपी की सरकार ने कश्मीर में पॉलिटिकल कम्युनिकेशन का कत्ल किया। वो कम्युनिकेशन हमारी सबसे बड़ी पूंजी थी, उससे हम लड़ते थे। सिक्योरिटी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ने कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी, लेकिन पॉलिटिकल एस्टैब्लिशमेंट का सिफर हो जाना, शून्य हो जाना, अगर इसकी जिम्मेवारी कहीं बैठती है जाकर के तो पीडीपी बीजेपी के गवर्नमेंट पर बैठती है। और मुझे दुख के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है कि दोनों में से किसी भी पक्ष ने आज तक ये नहीं कहा वी आर सॉरी।
यहाँ जो आतंकी बनता है, सियासती जो लोग हैं उनकी राजनीति के कारण बनता है। जब भी पॉलिटिक्स में उनको अनुकूल माहौल नहीं होता तो ये लोग गोला बारूद की बात करने लगते हैं। आपने सुना होगा यहाँ के पीडीपी के नेत्री बोल रही थी फिर गोला बारूद आएगा। अपने स्वार्थ के लिए यहाँ के राजनीतिक दल टेररिज्म को इनडायरेक्टली उसको पनपने देते हैं या कभी कभी डायरेक्टली भी उसके समर्थन में खड़े हो जाते हैं। ये नेता 370 बोलते रहते हैं, हमारा प्रोटेक्शन है बोलते हैं, पर इनसे ये पूछना चाहिए फिर अपना प्रोटेक्शन है तो 1950s के बाद पिछले 60 इयर्स में एक भी बड़ा इंडस्ट्री जम्मू कश्मीर में क्यों नहीं आया?
Let's listen in to what Omar Abdullah of the National Conference and Mehbooba Mufti of the PDP said over the issue of the troop deployment and when the first batch of troops arrived.
मोदी साहब को लोगों के जो ख्यालात हैं, लोगों की जो तमन्नाएं हैं और ख़ासकर जो पिछले दिनों हालात बने थे वादी में, उसके हवाले से हमने वज़ीर आज़म साहब को तफसीलन वहाँ के सूरत हाल के बारे में बताया और उनसे गुजारिश की कि रियासत में कोई इस तरह का कदम ना उठाया जाए जिससे कि माहौल में खराबी आ जाए।
जम्मू कश्मीर के इंसान क्या तैयार, चाहे सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, चाहे मरकजी सरकार है और प्रेसी के अंदर छेड़छाड़ पैमा चाहता तैयार जोर वजह कमीशन में मरकजी सरकार 35 के साथ छेड़छाड़ करना बारूद को आग लगाने के बराबर होगा। जो हाथ 35 के साथ छेड़छाड़ करने के लिए उठेंगे वो हाथ ही नहीं, वो सारा जिस्म जल के राख हो जाएगा।
Executive Editor Gaurav Sawant joins us for more on this. Gaurav, PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti has criticized the centre's move. She says that the troop deployment has created a fear psychosis amongst the people and that there is no dearth of security personnel in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So what was the need to deploy these additional troops to the valley?
Avantika, the government has just clarified on the need for additional troops there. The Ministry of Home Affairs has said that troop deployment is a dynamic process. What does this mean? It depends on the nature of the threat. What we've been seeing in the past 24 hours, that there was some heightened activity from across the line of control, based on which the Indian Air Force mounted certain combat air patrols, based on which the armies deployed extensively along the line of control. Additional forces required in the hinterland. There's been an encounter that's been on since late last night. One of the biggest terrorists, we are told, in the valley. An attempt is being made to neutralize that terrorist. One terrorist has been neutralized. There was an IED attack. So while there are adequate number of troops, dynamic deployment is required to ensure that terrorists are kept on the run. And the government has clarified on more occasion than one, if someone's not done anything wrong, they shouldn't fear troops or additional forces being in the valley.
So tell me something, Gaurav, now what really will be the responsibilities and the duties of those 25,000 troops that have been deployed in the state? Is it only to check cross-border infiltration? Because even the Amarnath Yatra has been suspended as a result of security concerns.
From what sources tell India Today, the additional deployment of troops is in the hinterland and not the line of control. It's the army that's deployed all along the line of control. These are troops of the Central Armed Police Forces by and large, and they are there for hinterland security. There are also additional troops under the Ministry of Defence and the Ministry of Home Affairs who've been deployed, but that's more for hinterland security. Remember, Independence Day is coming.
Yes.
There are inputs about Pakistan attempting to push in more terrorists. There are also inputs that some terrorists may have infiltrated. So in the light of Independence Day, those terrorists will need to be neutralized and ensure that this time every Panchayat Ghar in the valley will be celebrating Independence Day in a very big way. So there's a big message that the government intends to send out closer to Independence Day. And for that, you need additional troops to ensure that anti-national elements do not try and disrupt Independence Day celebrations.
Absolutely. Let me go straight across now to Kamaljeet Sandhu. Kamaljeet, there is a general high level of alert across the state. Is that why these 25,000 troops have been deployed in the state?
Well, Avantika, there seems to be multiple reasons, and that is why there seems to be a high-level anxiety in Jammu and Kashmir. But yes, this is a conflict-ridden state. There are always inputs about terror, and remember, high-level sources in the government have pointed out that there is a possibility of terror threat and a terror attack from Pakistan. But having said that, there have been multiple reasons, because the last time that we saw these kind of trip build up was when the Balakot strikes happened. But remember, most of the security forces were even moving, other paramilitary forces, the Central Armed Police Forces, even the Air Force and the Indian Army have been put on a high alert. This is because there seems to be speculation that government is going to take a big decision in regards to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, there seems to be a clarification coming in from the governor, Satyapal Malik, to a website saying that there is no such plan. But officially so far, the government has not said in so many words. I remember Omar Abdullah along with Farooq Abdullah met Prime Minister. They were seeking assurance on whether government plans to tinker or abrogate Article 35A altogether. So clearly at this point of time, where nerves are extremely high, especially in Jammu and Kashmir, in regards to whether there would be any possible action, there seems to be a build-up. Clearly, there seems to be more on mind and more that people can really estimate. But the government is yet to really clarify. But yes, since 15th August is around the corner, there's Amarnath Yatra already taking place. It is suspended for now. But yes, troops are required for that. But the sort of troop build-up which are there, the CRPF, ITBP, BS have all been pumped up in the valley. This is in anticipation that a big decision is expected. Now, whether this is in regards to Article 35A or whether it is in regards to traffication of the state, as some are speculating it, the MHA has clarified that this is the normal process of induction, de-induction. So clearly, multiple versions coming out. The nerves are yet to be calmed down in Jammu and Kashmir.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, Kamaljeet and Gaurav Sawant.